Okay. Path of Crickets, balance. So combat memory. Balance, agility, or tenacity. Okay, so it looks like one is more focused on maybe speed of attacks and moving around. The balance one is just in the middle. So this one's quick movement, and then this one is kind of your more tanky build. Okay. I'm down. I'm down for that.
Please feel free to let me know.
Yeah, lock on. So this has to be like right at the beginning. I think you can actually play this at Gamescom, which is crazy. Pulse cells restore some of your exhausted HP. When pulse cell is enabled, you can enter X to use it. So it's just like the same control scheme as most Dark Souls games. Okay. You know, I can tell that this video, like the footage is filmed in HDR and then they're downscaling it to standard definition, because you see these like kind of flat grays that are all over the place. It looks very compressed and flattened, not much contrast in it. That is a staple of trying to convert HDR video to SDR. So if it looks kind of like washed out, I wouldn't like freak out, because that it just looks like an artifact of how it's been recorded. I've run into this problem so many times trying to record like HDR footage off of a PS5 and then convert it to SDR to make a YouTube video. It's a nightmare. So don't stress about that. Thank you, Jack GJ. I almost said JG. That would have been embarrassing. We don't do no backstabs here. Huh? Guard. You can stop enemy attacks with the LB guard. Successful guard can reduce damage. Decreased damage can be recovered by a successful attack on the enemy or successful perfect guard. Decreased damage. So it looks like it's using the same exact what did they call it, frenzy system or whatever the recovered damage thing was in Bloodborne. Perfect guard. If you guard exactly at the time of an enemy's attack, you get a perfect guard. When success, okay, the perfect guard, you do not damage. That's weird. You do not damage and can block the enemy's fury attacks, and there's a high possibility of destroying enemy weapons. Enemies with destroyed weapons have less attack range and less damage than before. Okay. Okay. So it's the same style of combat as we've seen in other games, where it's high risk, high reward. So if somebody's coming in with a frenzy attack, high damage, craziness, and then you perfectly parry it, if you screw up, you're taking that full power attack to the face. But if you don't screw it up, then you get to break their weapon and you do high damage and stun them and all that. So this is the kind of thing that I love, because once you get the hang of it, once it clicks, it just works and it feels wonderful. It feels wonderful. But yeah. Anyway, you made me buy Fallout New Vegas. Thanks, it's gold. And hi, by the way. Thank you, Croc. And I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you're having fun with it. Specifically the lies, no, but it's inspired by the original Tales of Pinocchio, not the like Disney version, because that's like basically hyper dumbed down. But I don't know why it's lies, but it seems loosely inspired. I think basically they're focused on these like sort of puppet looking creatures that have come to life and now control the towns and cities. So It's very interesting. But you'll see they're all kind of weirdly robotic and I mean, they look like puppets. Little roll. Little ladder. You know what? I just am glad to see another Soulsborne game that doesn't look like it's filled with finger stuff. You know, oh yeah, the finger of fingering, powerful weapon ability. You apply the finger to your weapon and then you can finger enemies. It's great. Whack. Run. Okay. Reduced fire resistance. So that's just a fancy way of saying that you got like splattered by oil. That makes sense. Finger from behind for increased damage. That's good. I like that. Everyone's like Hidetaka Miyazaki. Are you good, dude? Do you need someone to talk to? Do you need to hang out with someone? Like, what? You're really obsessed with this finger stuff. Like, if you need a hand, just tell someone. It's okay. So it was just the fire? Yeah, the fire got him. Okay. Your pulse perished. Move to another Stargazer so you can fast travel between them. Weapon combination, replace Legion arms. I think it's kind of like the arm for Sekiro where you can like quickly swap it out. I think that's what they're doing for different abilities. Yeah, so Legion arm that holds powerful electric current. Move while charging. You are able to move as slow as walking while charging. Attack while charging inflicts a small amount of continuous lightning damage at the hand position while charging. Max charge increase. Maximum charge level that can be charged to increases. Okay. And then there's 4 that they've got unlocked right now. Different stat abilities. Weight. So some of them will weigh more than others. I could imagine they'll probably have like one of those cannon ones where like it's just a straight up cannon, but it's on your arm and it weighs like 30 pounds. So you run really slowly, but you can lift it and it's like, Gajonka. You know, I could see that working. I like that. I really do love that P looks like he's right out of Sweeney Todd. I do too. I love it. So much of this just looks amazing. So this one is just fires a drill cannon from range. It allows the wearer to take aim and shoot with their left arm. Legion arm that can shoot out a wire. Enables the wearer to pull enemies closer and move towards them. Okay. Allows tracking while falling. Hold down the Legion arm button. You can pursue it towards the enemy. So maybe this could even be like a grapple hook thing, because the ability tracking while falling increases maximum range and allows tracking while falling. So it might even be a thing where for some fights you could like jump, and as you're going off the ledge you could track them, grapple on, and then pull yourself up to them. That could be really interesting. that's I mean, that looks pretty badass. I just like the steampunk design too. It looks like it's right out of the Order 1886. I'm hoping the sound is just really compressed and not like, I don't know, because right now it just feels like there's a constant like right into the microphone, and it's driving me a little crazy. So hopefully it's just that there's a wider range, and that's what it is. That's what I'm hoping. Necromancer, I agree. I do like the Order 1886. I think it was like a crazy high ask to pay $60 for like 4 hours, but I thought it was relatively fun. I did a video on it last year if you want to see that, if you haven't seen it yet. I think I'll do an I tried video on it in the next few weeks, just so I can introduce it to a new group of people. My biggest thing with it was that it was a phenomenal tech demo to show what they could achieve in a sequel if they had like a bigger budget, more time to do like 12 hours, a 12-hour campaign. But because it didn't perform very well and because everybody raged against it for being so expensive for so little time, they just said, you know what, I'm not going to mess with it. So it made sense, but still. Whack, 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 whack. Dude. So I think what it is, up here, this is like your blood echoes or your runes in Elden Ring. I think it's like that. And when he died, he dropped 2131. So he currently has 108 in his inventory, but if he can get back to where he was, he can recover the 2131. I think that's what it is. See, this is a great way of demonstrating the gameplay variability, because the first time he went through this a minute ago, he had to walk all the way up around the roof, and then he climbs up and he hits the guy down and kills him from there. But this time he's got the grapple hook, so they're showing, without even having to say anything out loud, they're showing that you can just grapple him down, pull him down, and do it like that. It's that sort of demonstration without even needing to say anything. I love it. I love it. It shows a level of forethought that I think is tremendous. Like when you have to have somebody there explaining what your game is and how things work, it's probably not as intuitive as it should be. Or you have like that everywhere game where like straight up nobody can even explain what the hell it is. Thank you, Embescos. Thank you. Sweet Charles, glad to have it. I'm glad you came by. Literally just watching your Eliza P trailer video. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Not again. Noob. Oh yeah, Shane, the Liza P trailer they showed at Gamescom was a short version. The trailer they upload has a bit of extra content. Yeah. I didn't realize, I didn't expect them to release 12 minutes of gameplay either. Pentiment is one of those games that I would never have guessed would be made. You know, it's so niche and kind of weird, but I'm glad it's there. I'm glad it exists. Ergo recovery, okay. See, whoever's playing this just figured it out. These games, all you have to do is sprint through everything, and then you're good. That was a good side strafe. That was good. That was good. Whack. Venigni. A phone? Physical attack / stab, weight 4 pounds, durability, guard damage absorption, recharge fable, recharge pulse cells. I don't really know what fable or pulse cells would mean. Weird. Basit! Boo woo! Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you.
UWU.
UWU. I just came from the YouTube video. It made me laugh pretty hard how he kept it PG. I tried. I really tried. Why is that? Like, I'll be real. I really tried. Let's see. I know you've probably said this, but GD, is this so Bloodborne-y? I saw an article that even said Xbox has their Bloodborne now. Yeah, and they're actually making a game out of it. Like, it's great. You know, it's about damn time. That's what, like, it's so weird. It's so weird that Sony's sitting on that franchise. Presumably. I mean, it, like we've said before, we don't know if it's PlayStation's fault. It very well might just be a problem with, like, it might just be an issue with From Software where they have the rights and they have to make it. I don't know how the rights work. I don't know who owns the rights to make a Bloodborne sequel. So it very well could just be that From Software, what I personally think happened is because From Software got kind of screwed with Dark Souls 2, where they made Dark Souls, but then Bandai Namco or whoever it was, they took Dark Souls 2 and gave it to another developer. They made it, and I think that pissed off From Software, so they said, never again. So now, whenever they did a new franchise, they signed publishing rights, but they retained the exclusive rights to make a sequel. In other words, that you can't give the rights to Elden Ring to somebody else to make a sequel. You just can't. And I think at this point, what they probably did is for Bloodborne, they made Bloodborne, and then they made a deal with Sony that said, yeah, you'll publish it, or we'll publish it to your console exclusively. Bandai Namco will publish it. But no one else can make a sequel or do anything with the game. We have to do it in-house. That's the deal. And they said, sure, whatever. It's not like Bloodborne will be successful. So they agreed to that. And now the only people that can touch Bloodborne 2 or a Bloodborne remaster is From Software, unless they specifically agree to another studio doing it. And they're just busy with other stuff they want to do. They want to do Elden Ring. They wanted to do the mech, Return to the Mech franchise. You know, they want to do all sorts of other stuff. I don't think they're interested in Bloodborne right now. So even though it makes perfect business sense and it would just print money to make a Bloodborne 2 or remaster it, they're just not interested. You know, Hidetaka Miyazaki, we were talking about it yesterday. Like, the man's made of money at this point. Like, tens upon tens upon tens of millions of dollars. So he just doesn't need to do it. Okay, gonna replace the arm. Falcon Eyes fires a drill cannon from range. Dude, I told you. What did I say? A cannon. Weird. Okay. It's not gonna take the phone call. That's cool. I mean, that was cool. Oh, these boys have heavy armor. So they're super slow moving, but they can just eat attacks. How did that miss? So it looks like the healing items he's using, that healing item depends on the damage he outputs. So you have to put out a certain amount of damage before you can heal. Which definitely prevents the problem with like some style of players I've noticed where like they get one of those builds where they can use magic healing stuff in Elden Ring and they just run around in a circle and heal using like a passive effect, get back to max health, and then they go back in. This would fix that if that's the main way of healing. You know, you like if you want to use the healing item, you've got to deal damage, so you got to get in there. Equip 2 weapons and use them. Alternatively, go to the equip menu and select the weapon you want from an empty slot and equip it. Sacrificial evidence. Separable blunt. Okay. It's a big boy. I'm surprised they'd call that blunt. Yeah, Atomic Heart. I want to know more about that. I'm bummed we didn't see it yesterday. Something big is down there. I hear something big. Uh-oh, you made us stupid. Groggy. If an enemy's HP gauge is exposed to a white border, charge strong attack can cause the enemy to groggy. To groggy. To be groggy. I want to groggy. Fatal attack can use powerful fatal attack some enemies. There's like some of the translations of these like tutorial pages are a little clunky, can use powerful fatal attacks some enemies when they are in a groggy state. Didn't it have 2 G's on the last page? Yeah, groggy, 2 G's. And then this page, 1 G, groogy. and then like it's not, you can use a powerful fatal attack on some enemies when they are in a groggy state. A successful fatal attack can inflict great damage. You know, there's just a couple of weird little typos and mistranslations. That like that stuff gets polished out as the time goes on, but like it's just funny. Typo in the menu. Game is crap. Never touching. Fable Arts, okay? Oh, this is gonna be good. We saw this in the trailer. That's a boss fight if I've ever seen one. Whoever's playing is like, no, I've got to be able to go somewhere else. Mad Clown Prototype. Dude, I'm in. Did they just put it through Google Translate? It actually is relatively possible, yeah. All the audio I'm hearing makes me think that this is captured like through the speakers. They had a separate microphone set up to record it through the speakers because it's all very compressed and it doesn't sound full range. So I think my concerns with audio will be remedied when we get more like high fidelity recordings, but sucks to suck. They weren't parrying. That's a problem. That's a problem. Don't get groggy. They got groggy. They got groggy. They got too groggy for that. Man, you can't get groggy. You get groggy, bad stuff happens. Like that. Yeah, like there's a little clunk here and there, but altogether, man, for still being months and months out, it's not bad. Does movement look stiff? For me, it looks just in line with like from soft style games. So like, is it like clunky and stiff compared to the movement in like Red Dead? Yeah, Red Dead's super fluid though. Like that's more a testament to Red Dead than it is a diss on this, you know.